G'day, it's David. In this Appycast, I'm going to go through the planning stages of creating 2 faceless YouTube channels. This is part of a YouTube automation channel that I want to do over 90 days. In the previous video, I did some research onto the channel names for 2 particular channels. I also just created the channels, but here we'll just do the rest of the planning around the whole project. Okay, let's have a look at the structural requirements of a YouTube channel. So there's going to be 2 channels, and we'll need a description. Probably need to know what it is about. A banner would be a requirement. It's called a channel banner, I believe. I'll need a logo. I'll need some tags. Or we'll say keywords as well. There's generally a settings area. I'm not sure what goes into the settings. I know it'll need to be configured. What I might do is take this over to ChatGPT, ask it what it thinks we need for a YouTube channel. Now, I've just come over to ChatGPT. I've asked the question, when creating a YouTube channel, what would be 5 or 6 things that we would need to set up the actual channel? It's gone Google account, name and identity. We've worked that out. Description and about section. I have the about section. We'll just change that to say section. Channel trailer. Haven't thought about that. This is another way of describing what the channel is about. Layout. We will definitely need a channel layout. This is where things like the shorts, the long form, the podcasts, where they show up on the front page. We got video upload defaults, call that settings, keywords and tags. Okay, they're the things that we're going to think about when we do the structural requirements for both of these channels, Trend 10 and Magic of 10. I'm going to need a team to build out the videos for this particular channel. I'm going to need a script writer. We'll work out how to hire these people as we go. I'm going to need a video editor. I'm going to need someone to do thumbnails. I'm going to need someone to do voice. The videos will probably be aimed at the American market. I wouldn't use my own voice for this sort of stuff. But I think from there we could go into the mechanics or the process for creating each video as well. And we'll call it process. Drag that over there. What would be the first thing? Need to do some sort of niche research. Process is both at a video level and a channel level. We'll do a channel level process. We'll do a video level process. At the channel, we need to do niche research. That means we need to look at other channels. Identify if there are any channels that are relatively new but growing, like viral, stuff like that. I'm probably going to need a list of categories, like topics. We'll say categories, maybe topics. I don't think they're different. Probably need a list of videos that could create video titles. So video titles list. It's not so much titles because that comes later, the video list. Then after that, let's look at the research for a video. A video would be about a keyword. From the keyword, we should develop the title. The title should be something that will convert, maybe a little bit clickbaity, but as long as it actually delivers on a promise. The title probably should be made up of the keyword. We'll have a look at some tools that we can use for keyword research. That would derive a keyword. The keyword would then help to derive the title because part of the keyword would be in the title. Though, as I said a moment ago, it would be a keyword plus clickbait. The clickbaity aspect of it could be a double banger title, something like "and awesome AI tools" would be the keyword. The clickbait bit that you didn't think you needed. I know that's a little weak, but the idea of a double banger title is that you got the keyword and then some sort of a motive statement or something to make you think. Now, the next thing, we would need a thumbnail. I'm thinking that the thumbnails need to be done even before the content because it helps to derive emotive information that you need for the rest of the video. From the thumbnail, we could write an intro and a call to action. 5 seconds would be ideal, but it depends on the videos. From there, we would write content, or maybe it's called the script. There'd be an outro, which might also include a call to action. If I break down what's going on there, we've got keyword and title. We've got a team. I think part of the team is me. I run the channel. Keywords and titles might come from myself, and that would help me to create a brief, because from that brief, I could give it to a channel manager, or I could give it to a script writer. I just change that. It says channel manager. This is probably a role I would like to have someone take over at some stage. Now, I picture that after the keyword and the title are done, that the thumbnail happens. I'm also going to change the order of the team. We put in the thumbnail. There's a catch-22. Do you want the script first or the thumbnail first? The thumbnail is the most important thing from a click-through rate. Getting it thought out ahead of time is important. And the video, the script, the content can be driven directly off the thumbnail that way. It would pass over to a script writer that would use the brief. Once the script is written, give it to a voiceover person to create it. Maybe I'll use artificial intelligence for voices. I'm not sure yet. From that, it would be all given to the video editor to create. For create a section for production, we can break off concepts like videos. We'll say script, voiceover, because we need to expand on each of these. We'll also say research. The video requires a voiceover, of course. It will require a script. The video editor will put in a lot of B-roll. There's not going to be a custom content created from cameras. It's either going to be video footage or it's going to be images. Maybe it's going to be slideshows. And is this B-roll or is it A-roll? It's a bit of both. Call it A-B roll. The script itself will also drive the lower thirds. Whenever you're doing YouTube shorts, lower thirds are incredibly important. I'm not sure how important they're going to be on a long form video. They can also appear as two different ways. Do we want to show all words, or do we want to just highlight power words? That would be a good term for it. There would be an export. Now, the export is also interesting because the main video that would be created by the video editor, I don't know how long it'll be, but let's say it's 10 fastest cars in the world. Maybe each part of the video is 30 seconds long. You end up creating a video between 5 and 15 minutes. If you got 10 things, you might as well create 10 shorts. We'll say shorts. We'll call this long form. The person that creates the long form will also create the shorts. When the shorts are posted, they would need to create a backlink back to the main video. The fact that I've said upload and linking back means that there's probably another team member needed. Now that team member is probably going to be me, the channel manager. It's managing the actual uploads and the descriptions. That is actually another part of the production we need to add in. We'll call that video SEO. Search engine optimization around the video would include the description. It would include keywords. Those keywords probably should have been dealt with over in the research, probably a link strategy. As I just said above, the 10 YouTube shorts all linking back to the primary video to drive traffic. That's pretty good breakdown of the flow, I think, for the video production. The video SEO, we can expand on this later. Voiceover, I think this person just needs to read a script. Let's have a look at what would be needed with the script production. I need a writer, but the main tool that both myself and the writer should probably be working with is GPT. It's a great research tool at the very least. Is it a great writing tool? It's a good writing tool. It's a better writing tool than me. Is it a better writing tool than my writers? Don't know. Part of this production process are using tools like Grammarly. This is something I rely on to get my grammar correct. Let's also look at the research area. I might bring this back up to the production. We've got keyword research, list the sorts of tools that we would use there. Actually, that just got me thinking with script. This is where another key metric in any video would be important. It's called the retention rate. If you look at the intro CTA, that's really good at getting people to start watching your video, but you want people to watch the video through to the end. Retention rate is the key metric that can only come through good quality writing, and writing that matches the intro, writing that matches the title. Do you deliver? We'll go up to keyword research. Now, a basic technique is the ABC technique, where you just go into YouTube or Google, you type keyword A, and whatever gets filled in should be a good keyword. Keyword B, keyword C. There's that technique. It's free. It's pretty good because those tools are returning what they believe are the most popular things. Since it's Google, it's a good technique, but it doesn't give us numbers. It doesn't find things on bulk. Other techniques for keyword research would be answer the public. I like it from a visual point of view. I think it's a bit expensive for what it does. I don't know that I'll end up using it. I've been hearing a lot from a YouTube point of view about having vidIQ. I may end up paying for a subscription of vidIQ because it's not just about keyword research with that tool. It can create titles, create descriptions, do other sorts of metrics and analytics for me. Better also just say research, which is a little different to keyword research. This is just general research. For the trending video channel, things like Google Trends, maybe exploding topics. It's really a curation tool for trends. For this sort of channel, it might be a worthy investment. Another one that would work for either channel is just YouTube competitors. Part of the niche research is using YouTube to find other channels and see what they're doing. We've got two channels, Trend 10, Magic of 10. They're similar but different. We got niche research. We'll have to look into the competitors, a list of videos, a list of categories. That's going to have to be done for both. We have the channel information, the individual videos or video categories. You would do keyword research. You would do researching on the topic. This could be done by myself as the channel manager, but it probably is done by the scriptwriter as well. We should be able to come up with titles. Title should create a thumbnail. We'd better just go down here and look at our thumbnail person, because this is the production. How are they going to do it? I probably want someone who specializes in thumbnails, 2 or 3 thumbnails for each video. They A/B test them. How are they going to create it? The obvious tools are things like Canva, but then there's a more professional person would use Photoshop. I would use Canva, but they always look the same. I don't know that's the best way to go. I've got a tool that I bought a couple of years ago that might be useful. It's called Thumbnail Blaster. I might try that out. We've got our titles, our thumbnail, intro call to action. Another thing that's probably going to be needed in the process is GPT scripts or robots. Basically, this is training bots to do individual tasks. Title generation. If I get vidIQ, maybe I don't need title generation. Maybe I can let vidIQ do it. But for now, it can be there. Probably create bots for descriptions. Again, it's something that you could do with vidIQ. Definitely structure of the article script is something that we could train. But then this leads into, should we do it in ChatGPT, or should we use a tool specializing in YouTube scripts. I don't know what's available. That's a little bit of research I'm probably going to have to do. Intro and CTAs is something that you can train a bot on. That's good. It makes sense for the outro CTA as well. Retention rate, key metric, click-through rate, another key metric. One thing that we've forgotten in the process, is it part of the process? It's separate. I'm just going to put it in and I'm going to call it monetization. I'm going to close out this section. This is enough for this video. As we move forward, we'll look into things like monetization. Let's add in a couple of other things to explore in the next video. Building a team. Where to find them, how much. You can use different online platforms, Upwork, online jobs, PH, Fiverr. Certain platforms are geared towards certain types of staff members. We'll have to do a bit of research for that. I'm going to need a project management tool of some sort. Project management, probably something like a Kanban board, or tools like Trello or ClickUp might be the go. I'll probably look into both of them and try and create a Kanban board that can work through the workflow of producing one video at a time and see which tool I want to use.